Doing?
GM, sir, how you doing?
Good.
I see you guys have been busy in the background. We got wearable traits coming in.
Yes, sir. Well, I think the wearable traits we started having those live 1 or 2 weeks ago, and yeah, it's a big process. So we got a lot of good stuff shipping this week. This is pretty big release actually. We'll go over all the new stuff here in just a moment. Let everyone file in here. Everyone say GM in the chat. Never a dull week.
We did it though. We made it through.
Seriously, man. That was once that second vote finished, we're just like, hope this works. We had done all the testing and everything, but tests are tests. When we get to the real thing, we're just like praying that all the big transfers would work, and yeah, they did. It was super cool. So I'm sure we'll get maybe an update from the directors about the signing situation. From what I can see, it looks like things are moving along pretty well, but we'll maybe in a bit we'll get a update on that. But first, I'm in the Gotchiverse now. I'm at the Mage Town actually. Is anything going on? Anyone got any good events going on? I'm ready to drop some Alchemica here. We're gonna make it rain. I got to start depositing some. See how much I got here. Oh yeah, I already see some super chats coming in. That's awesome. I'm gonna deposit 10,000 FUD and 10,000 FOMO. Let's do this. All right, I see we got ZombieShepherd, White Ranger. Anyone else want to come up and chat a bit? Feel free to raise your hand. All right, Mage Town. We're raining at Mage Town. Awesome. And I saw, was it Phantasma said that there's an event happening on Los Mustachos as well. Something going on over there.
Yeah, we'll say the super chats are a joy. During our block party live stream yesterday, we just had so much fun just dropping like tons of FUD, FOMO, and alpha on peeps there. And it's like I'm making a push through Orion to start having like weekly parties where we can just do huge drops, reusing the fees that we're getting from the platform. So I'm advocating for that. Hopefully Hernani's listening because I want to make it a weekly live stream Twitter space where we just make it rain.
It's fun, yeah. It's like, I mean, it's really not a lot of money, but it's just fun. It's like a couple dollars, but it feels good.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me?
Hey, hello.
Yeah, it's going crazy. Mustacho's down already. Nice to see.
Nice. Is there a bounce gate for that?
Yeah, there is.
What's it called? Or Mustachio Town. Here we go. Nice. Over. Give some love to the Los Mustachio, one of the OG gangs. Probably one of the first 5 guilds. I would say there was like the Portal Mages, and then I think Los Mustachios was like right after that. Maybe if I get my timeline right here.
They also crushed it in the guild
OG,
war that Ceza hosted, the one put on by Gotchi World. I think the 2 guild wars that they had, they won almost all of the battles. Moon and I think Phantasma. They're running around chickens kicking everybody's butt.
All right, making it rain in Mustachios. Here we go. Big super chat coming out. Boom. Christmas. Red and green. I can't wait till we have glitter in the Gotchiverse. I'm gonna be able to drop like 10,000 glitter. It's gonna feel great.
Yeah, it's gonna look like gold too, the token, right?
Yeah, exactly. It'd be nuts. All right, well, looks like we got a lot of friends filing in here. So I hope everyone's having a great day so far, great weekend. Everyone here in the Gotchi verse.
Yeah, I gotta just channel like another 30 gotchis before I can run over and play with everybody.
My way in to the Gotchiverse. DM everybody. Welcome. 81 people in the chat. All these great people up here. Still waking up a little bit. This time zone change, man. Whichever way it goes, it always tends to throw me off. It's going in the right direction this time, but it does change up your schedule a little bit.
It's huge. At the gym that I go to, I noticed this week that everybody, including myself, the people I normally see at the same times, we're all 1 hour off. Like we're all there slightly later, and I'm like, I guess we all just got jacked up by daylight savings time.
But don't you get an extra hour, right? It's like an hour later. Should be
We
easier.
do, but like my sleep pattern is off now. Like I usually try to go to sleep by like midnight or 1 a.m. the latest, and now I find I'm up until 2, and it's like I'm trying not to stay up that late, but it just feels I'm just not tired. I guess I'm waking up later and going to sleep later, so it's kind of a pain in the butt.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, this is the last year for daylight savings, right? Didn't they just pass the law for that?
Congress
They say that
has
every
not
year.
passed it, or the Senate. I know it was unanimously. It was passed by one side of the House, but it hasn't been voted into law yet. So I'm hoping this is the last one because that would be great. I like the extra hour of daylight, and we're no longer 19th century farmers, so we can probably get away with like leaving it alone.
Yeah, 21st century farmers.
They did a study trying to find out what day of the year people had heart attacks more often, and they found it was the Monday after daylight savings. There's a 24% increase in heart attacks.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
So you're saying is Dr. Ragme's probably busier than usual right now?
Does he do cardiac stuff?
No, I don't know. I think he's a family physician, but I could be wrong.
That kind of tracks.
Yeah, speaking of farmers, actually, I will near the end of today. I'll be bouncing. I'll be going to. I'm taking like a small scale agriculture course at a local, I guess it's like a college or something. But we're learning how to do IRL farming and I'm going to set up some harvesters in my backyard and get some real yields this year. So that's what I'm doing today at some point near the end of the hangout.
I used to do woofing back in college. Did a couple woofs, if anyone knows what that is. It's like when you go and volunteer on someone's farm.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. I'd never heard that term before. I had no idea.
I thought you were talking about like huffing, like like spray paint cans.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Yeah. Woofing is like you basically go on someone's parcel and you farm for them. And
we do that in the
give you like
Gotchiverse, right? That happens.
Yeah,
over
pretty
here.
much.
We got a bunch of woofers in the Gotchiverse.
Yep. But I quickly discovered that farming is not for me.
I just shared it in the chat. There's a guy that started this like front yard farming where he goes to like a neighborhood and he plants everything and maintains it and harvests it and then gives some to the people that like own the yard. And then he makes like an insane amount of money.
ZombieShepherd, don't you have a front yard farm that you're doing? Like I remember you saying you had tomatoes or something like that.
We got a couple farmers up here because I'm a patio farmer going now. I got more room now. I got a backyard, so setting up a little horticulture in my backyard. So it's smart. That's maximizing your yield right there, sir. Yeah, protective driveway.
So, friends, we haven't talked about it yet, but there's some new features in the Gotchiverse, right? So, if you're in the Gotchiverse now with your top tier Gotchi, if you hover your mouse over the Gotchi icon in the lower left hand side, you'll see your trait boost for wearables. Drop a screenshot of that so we can kind of talk about and compare. Like I know we looked at mine last night, and my Gotchi's hit points went up significantly. So it's like now I can finally fight with hardcore without having to run away. So I'll be interested to see how everybody else is doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop mine here in a sec. So yeah, let's go over some. I'm getting attacked here by someone, but all right, I've just been killed. So let's go. Let's go over some of the big changes in the Gotchiverse. We got how many friends in the call we got here? 103. Very nice. Very nice. All right, so if you guys head over to the Gotchiverse announcement. Oh, I see we got Jesse Goldencross on the call. Hey, sir.
Hey fellas, how we doing?
Pretty good.
Are we
GM,
getting into
GM.
the stuff?
Are we
Are
what?
we getting into the already?
We can. It's we got plenty of time. So if there's anything else to cover first, can do. We haven't talked about Curve. We haven't talked about Gotchiverse.
Yeah. There's plenty to talk about. So cool. No, I just heard what you said as I logged in, and I thought, oh my gosh, we're already hopping into the Gotchiverse to do something new.
Yeah, I'm just checking. We did have quite a few things on the Twitter. Obviously, let's give some love to all the tweets that we put out. It's obviously a crazy week on Twitter and just for the protocol. Drop some tweets here. Hopefully you guys have all seen these and given some likes and retweets. I thought this was a kind of a cool idea. An NFT gaming protocol has just raised $30 million from its holders without selling any NFTs. I was pretty proud of myself for that hook, guys. Thought that was a nice one.
That's smart.
Yeah, I mean, in general, like a good hook is critical for anybody that wants to be a threader, right? We're all learning.
good
I'm
hook.
not a professional threader, but Coder Dan's taught me one thing you gotta have is if they don't care about the first tweet, they're not reading the next 4, 5, 6. So I thought that was a pretty strong hook. It's like you see the big number, you wonder how they did it. I want to do it too. It's kind of like textbook.
I don't know if we're gonna get to 1,000 likes though. I was trying to do some retweet bait. I think we got 200.
I mean, that's
You
not
guys gotta
bad.
pump those numbers. That's not bad, yeah.
Well,
But we get
shoot for the stars, you hit the moon kind of thing. I was like, well, I don't think we'll get 1,000, but he probably doesn't give away the alpha anyway. So he's just kind of like,
it's hard
That's
alpha to
okay.
give away too. It's like, well, you gotta go use this contract that Aragon created and threw away, and you gotta pick it up and dust it off. Probably easier ways now. We did it the hard way.
I see hardcore saying when Dan YouTube face, and if only they knew.
Oh, there's videos out there.
It's out there. It's out there. But also just like in terms of recent stuff, what you did with the Mia channel. She came out and met you guys in Xiamen, China there, and recorded that interview with you, and that was just really well done. And I think it was the first time a lot of Gotchi gang got to see Coder Dan in his natural habitat. I was like, there's going to be a raffle popping out any minute in this environment.
Seriously. Oh, that's a nice meme. Thank you, Sirlinkiest. Yep.
Yeah, perfect timing, Sirlinkiest.
Oh man, the view of this place. This is like it was a nice tea shop in the mountains. Oh, the view was amazing. We weren't able to capture it in the video because there are some other people that got there earlier, but you get like this whole nice panoramic view of the city. It's beautiful. Really nice.
I gotta. So Coder Dan and I go back to, we met in China, and a lot of this probably the same area you're in. I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess. We haven't talked about it. Are you in Dongpingshan? Is that where you guys recorded this at with the view of the
That
city?
was
and all that?
yeah, it's yeah, I would say it's like near that area. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's where my mind went. I was like, this has to be Dongpingshan or something.
It's around there. Yeah, you go up in the hills.
I see Dr. Wagme here. He said, not sure I can catch you, Dan. You're too good. I'll pull out my ghost thread this week, though. And yeah, this thread that Dr. Wagme put out about the Aavegotchi named Czar, and it's worth $1.5 million. And you'll understand by the end of this thread. I thought that was a good hook. So yeah, Wagme, I mean, in my unprofessional opinion, I thought that was a super good lead. I was happy to retweet that and share that. I like, who wouldn't want to dig into that a little bit?
That's a very cool tweet. Star is objectively the best of Aavegotchi in existence. Yeah. For now. Could change in the future.
It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy in the arena.
Yeah, when are we gonna get? Is that Yannick who owns that? When we're getting really close to having arena spin up matches, guys. We're not that far away from it. They're coming, so we're gonna. Who do we want to see in the prize match, like the prize match?
I think I want to see two big icons go at it in our community. I'd love to see a Dr. Wagme versus Yannick, or a Bearded versus No Future. I'd love to see these fights.
Yeah.
We have some breaking news here. Not only is it going to be a cool fight between two of your favorite Aavegotchi Gotchi gangers, but it's also going to be the new way we do Aavegotchi DAO. No, I'm joking. We have to vote on that. Decisions will be made.
Yeah.
Well,
You know,
I'm down with that. I have some really nice rented gotchis that I let's make some decisions.
well, in early days of Canadian Parliament, you were actually allowed to bring your swords into the Parliament, and every now and then swords were drawn, literally. And so I don't see any reason for there not to be this. Bring your sword to the Dow call. We might draw swords at the end if things get contentious.
Oh, that's too much.
Have some fisticuffs. Yeah, we'll have to do a match, Golden Cross.
Yeah, you and I just for kicks. That'd be good. Not for any huge vote decisions, but just title match. That'll be good.
So while we're talking about the arena here, if you guys check the latest logs, you might, and you jump into the arena or the Citadel, you might see a new icon in the UI. Does anyone see that? I think Sir Linky has dropped it earlier. Boba Fett, bro, stop trying to kill me. Trying to drop some Alchemica. All right, good. He's walking away. Yeah, so we got the item shop just launched. This is the the first set of actual items that you're going to be able to have in the game, in your in-game inventory. And they are purchasable with Alchemica. That is in your player wallet, so not in your Gotchi pocket, not the stuff in the bottom left, but the Alchemica at the top, next to your wallet, next to the super chat button. So yeah, the announcement I think was pretty clear. Let's have a read of it. So we said, Gotchiverse V 0.6.5 is live. What's new in this version? A brand new in-game item shop will be available in both Arena and Citadel. First items available are HP and AP potions. So yeah, you can go to the item shop in the Arena or the Citadel, and I'm pretty sure, 98% sure, that whatever you buy in the Arena or the Citadel is gonna transfer over between the different areas. So if you buy it in the Arena and you're able to escape from the Arena, I don't think it's going to leave your pocket. It'll be in the Citadel too, which is actually going to be pretty interesting for a future release. So next item, new Gotchi quick slots inventory. Consume equipped consumables like potions by clicking on the quick slot icon or pressing 1 to 4 hotkeys. So you guys all see those in the bottom left where your Gotchi is. You're going to see these 4 slots here. Let me go back to the chat. Yep, sure you guys can see that. So that's cool. You can either click on it or you can hit 1, 2, 3, 4. And would love some feedback if you guys like those hotkeys, or if you have some other better ideas for how we could improve on that. Open to that as well. That's the hotkeys. 1 potion in the inventory will drop along with Alchemica during PvP death. This is an important one. And this won't be only potions. This will probably be other items in your inventory later. But for now, since we only have potions, if you die, you're going to drop a potion. So if you better, use it before you get killed. Make sure that you use it in your combat. Otherwise, you're going to drop it and your opponent can pick it up. And then we got Gotchi wearable boosts for melee and range damage are now enabled. Roll over your mouse over your Gotchi profile in the bottom left corner to see your boosts. That's probably one of the biggest changes here. My axe, I can tell it's hitting pretty hard. I'm pretty happy with it. Feels like an axe. So everyone drop your stats here in the stage. If you have Twitter, go ahead and tweet it. Let's get some action with the Gotchiverse hashtag. I'm getting plus 423 melee damage with my low brain and plus 401 from wearables. Must be my black axe. So how'd you guys do? How are your Gotchis feeling with the new wearable updates? Stats.
Yeah, like hand weapons wearables are like the most important thing right now. It's crazy. For like the damage wise.
Yeah, you pretty much have to have it. Which is cool. I mean, we're gonna have to have weight classes and stuff soon. Which we will. Because if you're a normal Gotchi without like a powerful weapon, it's gonna be hard to compete against. You might just be more skilled than that person. Like me, I got my big powerful axe, but I suck at my actual combat. You can take me down.
Like an actual snipe now. Like a Call of Duty snipe is really good now. The snipe.
It's good. Oh yeah, the snipe is fast.
And it deals a ton of damage.
I feel like my Gotchi sucks. What do you guys think? You wanna analyze? I just got the screenshot. I've got no melee damage, like +0. That can't be good. What do I
I
gotta
just
do?
killed you, by the way, Dan.
We're multitasking here. Okay, Zigo says I'm ranged. Let me see here. Where's the range? One thing I gotta say is this is like, for me, this is really in depth. Like I like to have like 4, max 5 things that are, on a slider and changing. We've got a proper game here. This has got some layers to it.
Hefe, you might want to mute if you're not talking. Yeah, a little bit of
Oh,
echo.
sorry. Yeah, no, I was just about to say. I think this opens up the possibility for someone to start putting together analytics dashboard. Like, I would love to know the archetypes of each of my gotchis and just overall stats and like a game reference, a game guide essentially for the arena. I think it's time for, just putting a call out there to community. I know there's some big brains out there that would love to do something like this, and I think the DAO would definitely want to. Well, before this, for someone to put up a web page with a game guide for the arena, the basics, everything you need to know, everything new with these potions. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if you guys have Lavelle put out that amazing dashboard that he's been working on. If you can drop the link to that, that was super cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, and if there's any more data that you guys need, we're happy to make like APIs for those, because it's not on the blockchain at this point. So we have to expose APIs for it. But if we want to give as many tools to the community to create these kind of tools as you guys need. So just let us know what kind of, we can do APIs. What information do you want to expose? You can feel free to drop that in the arena general discussion, or maybe we can make like another chat for it if it's more specifically related to the API side.
Lavelle, this is big brain, man. I'm just looking through this now. I'm very impressed. This is awesome.
Yeah, I can upgrade it and make like a tutorial page and leave a stats page and a tutorial page that explains everything. So I can do that.
Yeah, this is incredible. Great work. I'm going to be using this. I mean, speaking to that point, I think we'll also see a price discovery happen across a lot of Aavegotchis now as these tools come out and people are able to filter through what's optimal and what's suboptimal for specifically the arena. I think there'll be a shuffling because I do have some gotchis that I picked up very cheap, earlier on, and these guys are doing great. I picked up a couple high BRS ones recently, and they're not so great compared to what I had before. So, I'm not saying that those high BRS ones don't have value, but it's kind of surprising to see some of my first gotchis actually perform really well in the arena. So, there could be a repricing, with these sorts of Aavegotchis that maybe didn't have the highest BRS before, but now in the arena they perform exceptionally well.
Yeah, I
like, do
just
you
want
guys
to
have- Go ahead.
I want to emphasize, don't like these traits are still pretty fluid, so I wouldn't make
Right.
any serious financial decisions based on specific numbers at this point. So
That's a good
Yeah.
point. There'll be a lot of rebalancing that probably has to happen between now and when we get to that the happy place.
Yep.
You guys have any low BRS Aavegotchis up here that you thought, well, maybe not a huge performer, but then going into the arena, you were surprised one way or another?
Yeah, there are some like with like common eye traits. So it could be like 490 BRS, but do very well in the arena. So there are some like that with common eye traits.
Mm. Yeah, true. Because eyes have not really been implemented, although we do have some ideas for like implementing fog of war that will relate to the eyes, but those haven't it hasn't been fully implemented yet. So yeah, you're like if you have if two 250 BRS eye gotchis, and you have like a 99 for the other traits, actually that's a pretty powerful gotchi, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really powerful.
Oh, I just took someone down. Was that you, No Future?
Yeah, you got me. I still can't get the attacks to work on my controller, so I'm just trying to roll around and kill anybody that I think is away from the keyboard. And clearly, you weren't.
So
I forgot
you had
about the melee attack. Now I'm able to like take everyone out with my axe. I've been trying to like charge people, and I just forgot. I think I kind of forgot about the normal melee attack, which is actually pretty powerful.
you had mentioned the potions drop if you die. Is there any plans to create like a third place to put these potions after you buy them if you don't
Yeah,
want them to
great
be dropped
question.
eventually?
I think the place that would make the most sense would be somewhere on your parcel, right? Like that could be an interesting use case for the parcel.
Like an
If-
installation, like a chest, that'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah. Going and getting some like RPG vibes with the chest.
Yeah, because
Okay.
pushing a transaction every time you need a potion, it'd be easier just to grab one.
I just bought my first potion. How do I use it? Oh, I see it. Okay. On click killing blizzard. Hold on a
I
second.
need to get a potion.
Man, no filter, you are hard to kill.
I move around a lot, so like Hardcore had the perfect roast for me. We had a Dow Media crew talk, and he said that I should be paid by the Dow with 2 shields and something to make me run faster, so that I would be able to escape him. I was like, oh. So yeah, I can use the shields.
I'm rogue. I think you killed twice now.
Yo, who's Fairy Dan? That was pretty powerful.
Yeah, Fairy
Probably
Dan.
Hardcore.
That's hardcore, yeah.
Oh, no way. Hardcore got me then. So
He,
far, I've only
he has a
had
lot of HP, it seems like. I was hitting pretty hard. Yeah, so
Whoa,
this is cool. I mean, we got real utility for the gotchis and the wearables now. This is it's an exciting step, I think, for the gotchi verse.
I dropped a HP potion. Who picked it up?
Oh shit.
I bought it. I got killed. I didn't know how to use it. That's somebody else's.
I want to see how they look on the floor.
Yeah, I also want to see, but I was looking at the Discord. I can't multitask. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I managed to
But-
kill Quarter Dam, and now I'm running away. I forget who. Somebody's coming after me. I got to get away.
I think Hardcore got it. Now Zico's got it. Everybody's passing the potions around. How do you guys use the potion? I was
You
clicking
click
on
on
it.
it.
No,
didn't work.
nothing happened. There must be a shortcut. But shout out to was it
I'm rogue, by the way.
Yeah. Took me down in like a few hits, bro. Need like a stun effect or like a life steal effect or something. Golden Cross, let's do it. Let's tango.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Wasted.
Wait, where are you guys? I want to watch this.
This is my problem. As soon as I saw him, I ran back to Discord. And
all right, let's do it. Let me get my potion. I'm gonna get healed up, or let's. Who's his friend? Light
As soon
Piglet, you can
as I
take me
saw him-
down. Let me get recharged.
I was
Oh,
muted. I had to go back and
Unless I kill
unmute.
you first. Did I kill you first? Here we go. Who's that? Out of print Unigotchi. Sorry, bro.
The pace tonight is working for me though. Like definitely I'm surviving longer. We'll just put it that way.
I'm in the bottom right, sir. I'm gonna
Okay.
rematch.
How do we see the leaderboard? I don't see the leaderboard anymore.
Yeah. What was
You
that?
gotta click on the trophy icon.
Yeah, there's like kind of I noticed a bug or something with it. I clicked it. It's a bit weird. It kind of like opened up a second part of the screen that shouldn't be there.
Hey, I finally killed somebody. I think it looked like hardcore. Oh no, it's anarchy. Whoever that is. I got you. And I'm dead.
We'll do a couple more battles here, and then I'm gonna get back on track. Oop, there's musical gotcha gang. Come on, sir. Let's tango.
You know, what? How do you guys feel about the alchemica that spawns on like the bramble and the stuff that takes away your health? Is it worth it? I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, go over it fast, just real fast. Just know where you're going and go right through, and then don't hang around. Don't spend time on there.
Right. It's like
But no,
need
I find myself hanging around on those things every now and then, not realizing I'm killing myself.
Gotcha, Golden Cross. You were going for all that Alchemica, so I just kept
Wow.
following around hitting you.
I just saw that. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
Now we have an idea. Well, in the devs, we've been chatting about this idea of like making spinning up another instance of the arena that would be like running in tandem to this one, and just charging like a small amount, like basically a 10 FUD or something, a 10 FUD like respawn fee, and that would just get dropped into the map. It would be like a kind of like a super chat, except it would be like a respawn fee. Do you guys think that? Would you prefer how it is now, or do you think that's something you would enjoy?
That's how we win.
I mean, it's a good idea, like a high roller arena and a free one, right? Not bad.
Yeah. I don't know which one would be more popular, I guess. So we want to try both.
Probably Gotchi Fight Club. It's in the basement. It's underneath this arena. You got to go down a staircase.
I would add a few tiers to that. Do like a 10, 50, and 100.
Totally.
Scale at high level.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's lots of different tiers we can do in like weight classes.
The next step though, yeah, just open it up to a minimum, like a minimum buy-in or something, and then yeah, from there you can eventually, as it gets fleshed out, do a bunch of versions. I would be losing a lot of money to join those, so my confidence.
Yeah, we don't want it to be like a lot. It's like 10 FUD or something, or like something pretty small, but a little bit of an ante that gets dropped in that people can then earn if they are able to survive, just to have a little bit of a stake. Cool. If people seem to like that idea, well, it's on the roadmap anyway. So I'm just curious about what you guys would think.
I could get good. If I could get decent at this game where I'm confident, then that's the only way I'd play. I'd feel bored playing
Right.
Yeah. And also it works great with the potion sync, because the moment it gets competitive, it's gonna be a big sync. Everyone is gonna buy the potion, so
right. Potion is like this very small buy-in relative to the buy-in to play that round or to participate. So you're going to get a couple potions for sure.
This being in the arena and having like the wearables actually do stuff like makes me want to ape into more powerful wearables. Anyone else getting that feeling?
No, totally. I'm going to switch to my rare eye gotchis. I've got a 0 eye shape I'm bringing into the battle here. We're going to test it out. You guys won't know it's Golden Cross. Let's do it.
the alt account.
Yeah, let's mix it up a bit.
How long will the arena be live this round? You know, my daughter is using my laptop to watch anime. Right
Probably. I mean, we want to keep like getting the data in, so I think probably be. I wouldn't say it'll be on. You know, this will be the last time it ever gets turned off, but it probably will be fairly long this time, like at least a week.
Oh, cool! I was just hoping for 24 hours. That's awesome.
Oh wow.
We'll see. I mean, we want to make sure that we're getting the data that we need. Every time we change stuff, we like to kind of refresh it a little bit at the leaderboards and everything.
A question for the guys that are actually good at this game. Do you guys find that there's an ideal zoom level? Or are you adjusting mid-fight or have a preference?
I use the
Around, I was gonna say 30% seems to be the sweet spot for me.
I'm going to see where you are on the total leaderboard here, and then I'll good advice. Let me
How
try
soon
it
until we have Gotchi PvP streamers that we can critique?
We're almost to a level where it'd be fun to stream.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Just consumed my first 100 kek potion, guys. AMA.
Is there like an animation when you consume potions or anything, like a power up, you know, like Super Saiyan type thing, or is it just like you take it and then your bar goes up?
Yeah. There's an animation.
Oh, that's dope.
The potion kind of hangs over you for a bit, and I think other people are supposed to be able to see it if when you do. I'm not sure if that's implemented yet or not. Oh, can you guys see? I just took a potion. Whoever's Kevin, can you see that I just consumed a potion? He's running away now. he's scared. He's like, "What happened?" Oh, shit. That was worth that. That was worth the 100 kek to scare Kevin away, because that Kevin NFT is gonna haunt me forever.
Oh, I found
I thought you
it.
were going to incorporate that into the game somehow at some point.
Yeah, really need to.
You got me. Coder Dan got the kill.
Oh, was that you?
That was me. Laser eyes.
Wasted, bro.
You found me with like 5% of health. Wasn't a fair fight.
All right, I'll be on the top right. I'm gonna get a potion. I'll see. Someone might be coming after me.
So this potion, how did you consume it? You just clicked in the little box?
Yeah.
Really?
You're supposed to be able to click one as well. Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, 1 to 4, right? 4 slots.
Yep. Pixel Lab. Come on, bro. He's pretty strong. Oh, there he goes. We need what would be really fun to have like a kill streak on top of the Gotchi. So you could see what their kill streak is, and everyone will be coming after that Gotchi.
Yeah, so sort of like an announcement in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
It's on a rampage.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, the rampage, that could be a big, like, the Dota kind of announcement. But also just like on top of their head, so you know, like, this guy's got an 8 Gotchi kill streak, and everyone would be coming after him. Finally. Congratulations. I think that was Addison took me down. All right, well, I'm out of the arena for a little bit here. Let's get some other stuff going on. Magic Eden. What do you guys think so far? How's the experience over there? Has anyone had any sales? doing any trading on Magic Eden?
I've definitely seen some sales coming in. I don't know what the total is right now, but I think personally the idea behind that is just accessibility, right? So I think it's the beginning of something bigger, and pretty excited to see Aavegotchi be part of that bigger Polygon story and put Aavegotchis in front of everybody. So just the beginning.
I mean, I can comment on like a user experience kind of thing. So when like I got kind of cold feet when they wanted access to all NFTs. Do you know if that would cover all the fakes that I have as well, or is that just Aavegotchi NFTs?
I think it's per contract. So in this case, it would just be your Aavegotchis that you have.
Okay, or like Aavegotchi items too?
Technically, I don't think so, because I think the way that the items are, technically speaking, they're actually two contracts. One of them is the original Aavegotchi contract, and the other one is the new one that we deployed to fix that issue of having two NFTs in one contract. So I believe on Magic Eden, you're giving permission to, I think it's 0x58. That's the wearable diamond. So that's the one that you're giving permission to. You're not, but at the same time, if you give permission to 0x869, which is the Aavegotchi diamond, technically speaking, you're also giving permission to your wearables as well, because they're housed originally under the same contract. But I mean, you're giving, these are Magic Eden contracts, so I would hope that there's not going to be anything, any hacks coming from Magic Eden. Yeah, I mean, it's a marketplace. They're a pretty reputable marketplace. Just don't go around, like, I think what generally happens is they go around thinking that they're on Magic Eden, but actually, or something like OpenSea, but actually it's like some sort of like spam site, and that's when you usually get wrecked, right? So yeah, be very careful with the permissions.
Yeah, it was a wallet that I had on my fakes in, and I had like one item I was going to list. And I was like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and list this item. And then when that came up, I was like, oh, does that give it access to my fakes? But if fakes are separate, I'm good.
Fakes are definitely separate. But again, like, if you're going to trade something on Magic Eden, just why not make a new wallet for it and send your assets over there, especially for items or fakes. For Aavegotchis, I can kind of get it, because then you have to go and set up like another, if you have like a petting bot, it's kind of annoying. But I mean, it's not that annoying.
Well, for their system, they want you to have like Discord and Twitter, and it's all tied to your wallet. I didn't know if I changed wallets, if I would have to change over my whole account with them or all that
You
stuff.
mean for the trading contest?
Yes.
Right.
Well, actually, that brings up a question that I have. So I rent lots of gotchis. Right now with the Gotchiverse UI, if I rent anything from the Gotchi vault, it shows like all of their land, and then I can't really, like, if I'm looking at the borrowed tab, it becomes hard to sort through my client's land, because there's just, Gotchi Vault has hundreds of pieces of land. So to mitigate that, what I started trying to do was to rent gotchis with my second wallet. Obviously the Gotchiverse is like, we need you to prove you're human. I did the Jigger verification, but then it's asking me to connect with my Discord, which I can't do because I only have one Discord account. Is there a workaround for me to use a second wallet to be able to channel with other gotchis, or is that just like, you're a bot, so back off?
I think since you've done the verification, you shouldn't be flagged as a bot, right?
Oh, well, I guess maybe I didn't wait long enough, because the first day I did the verification, Jigger said I was verified, but it kept saying, oh, you need to verify your Discord. So I tried doing Discord, but it's like, your wallet is tied to another. This Discord's tied to another wallet. So it's
I could have sworn that when we first implemented that system, I'm pretty sure we whitelisted specifically your address. Now, did you change addresses recently?
No, I'm trying to use the second address.
Yeah. So if you there's like you're kind of an edge case for their system because they're not really set up to handle players like you that are like managing dozens of different assets for different holders and stuff. So if you're using a new wallet, we should probably just get it whitelisted.
Yeah, because I'm fine with. I would use my own wallet, but just with the Gotchi Vault, because there's hundreds of new parcels. It's like I have some of the names memorized. You know, the 3-word names of the lands for my clients, but it just becomes overwhelming. Yeah, I'm all about edging. That's right, Thrax and Hardcore.
Yeah. What's the max HP you guys have gotten from your gotchis? I see Hardcore's got 1,000 HP. What's the max HP anyone's seen so far? And yeah, by the way, Jesse sharing the Magic Eden. So Aavegotchi, we just need we need to get fakes up there too. So we're literally the top 3 popular collections. Let's get past Wrecked Dogs, and then we'll get Aavegotchi at number 1, Aavegotchi items at number 2, fake gotchis at number 3, tiles at number 4, installations at number 5. Let's just take over the entire.
Let's just flex on these motherfuckers.
Because we actually, I mean, in general, we're doing the most volume probably of any of the collections anyway. It's just not, it's not really showing up on a lot of these exchanges. Fake gotchis installations are not on Magic Eden yet. They should be.
No, fakes isn't. I don't. As far as I know, we've never talked to them about fakes. I think, except in the sense that that's next. Like the next wave has to be fakes. But for this, we wanted all eyes on Aavegotchi. So establish the brand, get it in front of the rest of Polygon, all the newcomers to Polygon. But I agree with you. It would be pretty epic if we can get Aavegotchi up to number 1 and then follow that up and bring in fake gotchis for number 2. Oh my goodness. We need to do that. And I think it's totally attainable. These Wreck Dogs, that's like a spin-off of the D-Gods guys, right? I think it's another one of Frank D-God's projects. So if we can overtake that and then bring in fake gotchis on top of it, I think that's the way to go. Just put it in, make everybody on notice. Let them know.
Yeah, let me know when to post the fakes, and I can put some on there.
Totally a clan just shared a. What do we got here? Ooh. See, it's there. Okay.
Oh wow.
Fake gotchis are already there, but
nice.
you can tell they haven't talked to us because the headline image is one of the fake gotchis, not the fake gotchi. It's not well branded. It's not promoted.
Yeah.
I wasn't even aware of this. But we could do a lot here to kind of make it official and put some eyeballs on this. But that's good. I mean, Magic Eden, man, they're very supportive. They believe in Aavegotchi. They recognize the historic value. They recognize also the current value, like everything we're doing right now. They're going to be at GDC with us. They were just at ETH Denver. I think a lot of you guys met them there. They went back. They met us at Art Basel. We have a pretty good relationship with them. They're very, very aware of what Aavegotchi is all about.
And what do you guys think of the trading contest so far? I don't know. I haven't seen any stats on it. I don't know if they have stats on it. I'm sure they do. But I think this is the first time we've ever done a trading contest for Aavegotchi NFTs, right?
Pretty sure. I don't think that's been done before.
Leaderboard, yeah. Time says wish there was a leaderboard. That would be nuts. They need a leaderboard.
Contest is great, man. I sold 2 Aavegotchis through Magic Eden, so I'm happy.
Oh, That's the way, and it goes for like another 2-3 weeks. So I feel like it hasn't peaked by any means. Poor Joe Pro, no kills in
Joe
1
Pro,
hour.
it's different
Welcome
weight
to my life.
classes, bro. It's like right now it's just free for all. There's literally like super powerful gotchis versus kind of floor gotchis, and it's tough to survive in there. We're gonna have different weight classes at some point based on
We're still
BRS.
beta, but
Yeah, this
eventually
is
it'll.
still, yeah.
This is not the final version. Once we figure everything out and get it all matched up, we'll get you matched up with the right kind of people. Fair fight.
But yeah, we could always like someone should be putting their gotchis up for people to play with, like the powerful gotchis. It'd be cool to have like a gotchi lending for that.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
might
if
pay
Joe,
like
if Joe Pro is really into, like, he wants to win, you should go over to Gotchi Lending and just get, like, I don't know, the strongest gotcha you can find for melee or range, and then return with that thing. That's
yeah,
the way to
we
do
need
it.
better filters. We're gonna be rolling a lot of this stuff out as like new filters and stuff for the bazaar and gotchi lending on V2 pretty soon, which will help with discovery. Because it'd be kind of hard. You'd have to go to, I think, like what, Adventure.io or Fireball GG. Maybe they have better filters over there for the gotchi lending.
Mhm.
Might be kind of tough to find like the perfect gotchi that you need.
Actually, if you look, Gotchi Miners just relaunched. I think they're going to have a new competition, but on their landing page, when you're looking through your list of gotchis, they have this awesome graphic that kind of breaks down your, I guess, your stats for in game, like how well your gotchi does. So something like that would be really cool
Yeah.
for a battle.
Yep. Yeah, the whole gotchi selection is going to get a makeover, and it's going to include more of the actual in-game stats.
Ooh, that's a good question from Zico. When we have an arena competition, will it be per gotchi or per wallet?
What do you mean, like a tournament?
Yeah, if we have a tournament, will it be based like if I rent out a Chad Gotchi and fight with that? Will the wallet be like the winner, or will it be the Gotchi like that? I guess receives the rewards or whatever, the glory.
Yeah, good question. Probably the way we were thinking of doing it was there would be a buy-in, and essentially people would just be dropping alchemica all over the place. So you'd be picking that alchemica up, and that would be your prize. We wouldn't necessarily need to have like an external prize for it. We could, but yeah, it'd probably be, if there is an external prize, it would probably be by wallet. Yeah, the Gotchi Miners. Is that live now? I was getting some DMs from them. Sounds like things are moving very well over there. They're doing
we
like a test right now.
Yeah, we were trying to do a little test run of it last night on Block Party. I was able to get in, no problem, but some other members had issues with loading. So we were just kind of waiting for that to kind of suss itself out. But like the game looked more robust. The music that they've implemented is just straight fire. It's a nice little experience.
These calls are always so bullish.
Yeah, there's literally like too much to cover in 2 hours, but we're getting through it here.
I get hyped every Saturday.
I love that we're an hour in and we haven't talked anything like DAO related. It's all just gameplay related. I mean, I want to get to the DAO stuff. I'm just saying, like, there's so much going on. We were able to relax, play some PvP, talk details on like what would make the experience better, some stuff on the roadmap. And then like, yeah, oh yeah, by the way, like we closed the curve last week. We haven't even got to that. That's pretty good.
I mean, I'm sure if
Yeah.
it didn't go well, we'd be talking about it. So it seems like it's going great.
Fair point. No news is
Kind of
good news.
as we edge into that convo, we got this nice tweet from QuickSwap talking about the liquidity mining rewards that the DAO recently added. Has anyone gone over to V3 on QuickSwap and started doing the Ghost USDC farm?
I'm doing the Ghost Matic farm, which is great because Ghost and Matic have been moving up together. And I'm not really a big, DeFi guy, so it's my first experience. But other than Dino Swap, which was so long ago, it's been pretty good.
I am kind of out of USDC for a while after everything going on.
Yeah.
Me too.
It's crazy. Like the banks don't even have our money. That's wild.
We really, as a DAO, as a community, we got really lucky the way this all worked out. I mean, it's not luck that we were there to close the curve right on schedule, right when it needed to be closed, but just that was so stressful a week ago with USDC having its issues. Not very happy about any of that.
Dr. Wyman is buying a portal every other day using QuickSwap rewards.
Oh,
Nice.
He's going to make it.
Hey, that reminds me of another point, which I'm just going to say my piece. You guys can agree or disagree. It doesn't matter. It's just my opinion. But the idea of the language the DAO is using to talk about converting this 25% of DAI for game rewards into Ghost, to me, that's just a swap. That's just DAI converting into Ghost. And just put out a little, I don't know, my fair warning, my thoughts. I don't feel personally comfortable using the term buyback. Like, where does that word come from? That's a financial term. Where they come from? It comes from stocks, stock buybacks. What stocks? You know the answer. So it's just like there's other ways to express what is happening there, and it may sound bullish, it may sound whatever, it may just be shorthand, and you're not even thinking about those things. But to me, it's just putting the DAO, like it's just unnecessarily risky language, and I'm just going to throw that out there here on the call. That as a DAO, as a community, it'd be a lot probably better if we were just talking about, yeah, we're swapping DAI to Ghost, right? We need Ghost for rewards, and that's all there is to it, and that's what it's about. And anything beyond that is just you guys reading tea leaves. So. Anyway, I think you guys know what I'm saying there, but I've just been surprised at how that's caught on and so casually thrown around. I personally wouldn't recommend that.
I would second that. It's not technically even a buyback. It's just buyback is when like a company buys the float of their stock back from the market and then basically just holds on to it. I think eventually I think it's like with the intention of maybe getting all the float, but maybe not necessarily. So it's not really. It's just the DAO has a bunch of DAI and they're purchasing Ghost because they need it for protocol rewards. I mean, people are going to run with whatever term they apply to it, but officially, it's not a buyback.
Yeah, I don't think it's accurate or good. So, but I'm just thrilled that everything is technically working. Whatever you call it, it's all working. So that's pretty cool. It's what, 2.5, almost 3 years in the making. We're at a good place from the bonding curve perspective to the game development to the ecosystem. DAO's on the edge of metamorphosis. We've come a long ways, guys. Not to pat each other on the back, but You know,
It was all pre-programmed.
quite possibly. That might be true for everything. We're not sure.
The timing of everything gets me though, man. The day with the die fiasco, and then just the whole journey to where we got here is amazing. It's a story that we'll be talking about back in the day when we came off the curb, that contentious moment with die depegged, and we had to kind of ride the roller coaster for a little bit there. That's something I'll never forget for sure.
Yeah, that's going in the top 3 most stressful moments of this project so far for sure.
It was
Number
a
1
stress-
was just launching the thing probably, and then number 2
I
is
was on
closing
that.
it.
I was on that call.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a short list. But just the fact that not only it was stressful, but it did in fact like it aligned with the whole reason we had this move to close the curve. It was like a strong underline of like, yep, this is where we're supposed to be. So it was a strange, like bittersweet, holy shit, this might all unravel, like we were too late, versus we are damn close to being spot on with where we're supposed to be, relative to the universe. So luckily it looks like the latter won out, and we just gotta do the proper work and maintain that. So what a couple of weeks, guys. Here we are. And now I need to get a melee. I've got all these range gotchis I've realized. So now my life simplifies. I'm like, I just need a melee.
Is what do you guys think? Is range or melee OP, or they feel pretty good?
Say melee is still a little bit more OP. I'd say you could have an advantage as a ranged. It just the learning curve with the ranged is probably a little bit steeper, I would say. And it actually does there's a parallel to IRL there because as a ranger myself, IRL, I got my own crossbow. I do this sort of thing, and there's a steep learning curve compared to me grabbing a hammer and just bashing someone.
Yeah.
So kind of makes sense.
I don't know when it was added. You have your charge attack and you have the snipe attack, but the guide to where you're shooting. I remember earlier on in the arena you didn't have that, so it was so much
Yeah.
harder. It makes it a lot easier. I was running around with Tupac, just murking people from a distance, which way better than trying to be a melee tough guy up close.
I mean, I'm playing my range now, and I'm two-shotting people with a snipe. It feels really good.
And I'd say I don't know how everybody else is doing, but in my experience in the arena so far, I have had no lag. Like last night, we were talking about this on Block Party. Like we were doing our own little personal play drop, and we're like the big difference is we control the play drop, which is dope. It gave us that play drop vibe, but the Gotchi verse is so much smoother than when during the play drop. Like you can drop in a whole bunch of Alchemica, and the whole thing isn't freezing up. So it's been big improvements there.
Yep. Kudos, obviously, to the dev team. They've been just constantly improving things and looking into all the various edge cases that we have. Like invisible gotchis. I think those are generally solved at this point, so that's nice to see. And yeah, latency has definitely gone down a lot. It's really nice to see.
Balancing is always an ongoing battle in itself, right? I mean, I've seen playing other games. The balancing can take sometimes a very long time, especially if you have a complicated trait
Yeah.
set. And so, I think one thing I want to just put out there, just to be grateful, is to say, I personally appreciate our community's patience with these sorts of changes, because I know it can be really frustrating when your gotchi's not performing how you think it should, or there's specific traits that should be adjusted, but they just haven't been done yet. And so, shout out to the team that's doing all that stuff, but also shout out to the community for being patient with that, because I've seen some really horrible language get thrown around, in Discord or in other forums of other games when people get frustrated and things aren't working out for them. But our community, we know things get better with time, and we seem to be very, very patient on that front.
Yeah, it's been a rough week for the blue chips of the NFT space this week, especially a certain project.
What is it? Scribbles? Zigzag?
What's funny is there's a knockoff version of that NFT project that's called Not a NFT project that did like almost 300 ETH of sales on OpenSea yesterday, and it looks like that project with just like much lower effort version of it. So it's like people will figure out ways to make money somehow, right?
Oh my god, that's crazy. The weirdest thing is this is something I've been saying, may have said on one of these calls the last couple of weeks, is I do think like, and I'm not following them closely. I don't know if this is where their heads are at. It's obviously not. Like they are really messing it up. But looking at where we are in the year of the Gotchi and all the things that we want to do, most of them are on chain. They're all happening on the Gotchi chain or on Polygon. But there is this idea in this acknowledgement that Aavegotchi is like super powerful. It's beyond actually the brand and the character is beyond just like on chain. It's something that has potential to transcend. It hasn't transcended yet, but I think it's worth acknowledging that it could. It could be a Hollywood movie. It could be a graphic novel. It could be pop culture. It could be everybody's talking about what's the Web3 culture that's going to go mainstream, and it could literally be Aavegotchi. And I feel like that's kind of what the Doodle guys are trying to say, but they're just like getting in front of themselves and hurting themselves, and just I feel like their intention might be okay, but they're just doing it all wrong and not expressing it well. I don't know. That's after, I'm just like glancing at 2-3 articles and being like, what are they doing?
Well, you can't like throw NFTs under the bus.
No,
there's desperation there.
That's your origin. You can't just be like, we're not an NFT anymore. I saw a hilarious tweet. It's like someone was reporting OpenSea for an item that wasn't an NFT.
That's funny. Just like, oh, that's not an NFT. Yeah, exactly. They're like, I don't know where they're trying to go with this. They're like saying we're kind of bigger than NFTs, but it's like, yeah, but you are. That's your origins. Like, you have to respect that and put that first.
So just from an outside opinion, is this a marketing ploy? Like this is my first time hearing about this. Is this some like reverse marketing ploy or something?
I would hope not.
I mean, we're talking about it, so I don't.
If the goal of your marketing is to tank the floor, then yes, it is.
I think it's just news. I don't think it's really marketing. I think they just.
It's also it's kind of ridiculous because people have pointed out that at the beginning of all this, when they launched the project, they gave like very prominent influencers in the space 5 doodles each. So it's like, you clearly wanted hype behind this thing. It is financially motivated because you're seeking speculation. That's where the secondary lives for these kind of projects. So the about face at this point, their community has been criticizing them like extensively because of lack of communication. So I mean, this isn't the only project. Gutter Cat Gangs is getting dragged through the gutter too because of their bad comms, and then just all the stuff they're doing. They haven't been transparent. They've had roadmap plans that they're now abandoning completely. So it's like, thank you guys, because you guys have always been very transparent, and we could be a tough crowd here, but I think you guys have done really well. And none of you are named Poopy, which is great. I don't want a founder named Poopy and a non-founder named Poopy who's also yelling, telling members, floor it and GTFO. Like, that's not the way. It's just not the way, especially if you're building a community.
Yeah, I don't think it's like there's a certain thing that as a founder or even like a moderator of a community, you just can't say. You can't tell someone to sell their asset and then get out of the community. That's the stupidest thing you can possibly say. It's like that's the number one thing. I mean, sometimes you might want to say it, but you don't say it. You know, why would it doesn't do any good to act like that? And it's just he must have just been super frustrated or something. But it's like the absolute big no of how you can conduct yourself in a public forum.
Yeah, it sounds like this is something that's been brewing, and it's funny because, like you say, now we're all talking about it. Uh, if it hadn't been for the headlines, the last thing I heard about Doodles was like, honestly, it goes back to No Futuristic when we were meeting in New York and stuff, and didn't they have an amazing like in real life installation? I think you went to it, right? Wasn't that the Doodles thing we were all talking about?
I didn't get in because I wasn't a holder, but they had like a huge like event in New York and in Miami, right across the street from the CyberConks party. They had like a golf setup, which was open to the general public. You can get it it was like mini golf. Like it was there for doodle holders, but in Miami, that was one of the biggest events out there. But then like Spotty Wi-Fi, who's like a NFT rapper, he's been like railing on them for months because of the lack of communication and like people they had like those duplicator boxes, which I don't think have really done anything. Like it's just been they had some good momentum. It's kind of similar to Cool Cats. Like Cool Cats had a great activation at NFT NYC last year, and then they've kind of just fallen by the wayside. But at least they haven't started attacking their own holders, which is crazy. Gutter Cat Gang, the community is attacking their holders. Like it's people like if you say anything bad about the Gutter Cat Gang on Twitter, other members come in and just they go not safe for work, and they fit the Gutter Cat Gang kind of vibe with the attacks. And it's just been weird watching it on Twitter, just like all these communities kind of attacking each other and themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
Still don't know what an activation is. It's just like it's such a weird marketing word. You're gonna activate things. But sorry to derail the point.
no, it's true. But yeah, like I don't know, just to wrap up the Doodles thing, like I don't know. That it reminds me of Yuga as well, and a lot of these other communities where the default is not ultimate or even reasonable transparency between the leadership team, the devs, and the community of holders. It's like this always shocks me. I'm like, what other way would you do it? The code's open source, the community, like it's Web3, it's crypto, and then I don't know. It's just really weird to me, and always surprises me when this stuff happens. I made a comment last week on one of your guys' threads. It might be somebody on the call here or in the listening in. It was just like I think in some way Yugo Labs is the Bizarro, like Bizarro Jerry from Seinfeld, right? Like they're like the Bizarro Pixelcraft. Not to like pat ourselves on the back, but I'm just like there's this like ongoing meme developing where it's like Yuga Labs just pops in like once every 3-4 months and is like, we're doing this, and then they disappear again. And yeah, we're working on Otherworld. We'll get back to you. And I don't know. Maybe
Totally
I'm wrong,
agree. Yeah, the ordinals thing just kind of popped out of nowhere, and I don't know when their last like stress test was.
Well, there was supposed to be like a second trip into the other side that was supposed to happen, I think March 15th, but I didn't see any of that like on Twitter. A lot of people were questioning what's happening, but I don't think there's been any update that I've noticed on the Twitters.
I looked at that. It said it's the 25th. Was it the 15th? I think on their official comms, I think it said the 25th.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. It was something I remember something being around the 15th, and people were questioning, like, "Hey, man, that's tomorrow." It was Nifty Q actually who said it. He's like,
Yeah.
"Isn't there supposed to be something happening tomorrow? Like, what's happening?"
That might have been.
I think that might have been fake news. Because their comms apparently it was. Oh, come on, Zar! Ah, did I kill you, Zar? We kill each other. That was fun.
I see some people asking about Axie. I would put them more in the good guy category for all their, they rode that meteoric rise, and maybe they weren't totally prepared for it, but I think the core team there is relatively, doing their best and learning as they go and pioneering this stuff. So personally, Jiho and and some of the other guys that are running it, I think they're trying.
I think there's a
Can anybody hear Hefe? I didn't hear
No.
any of that.
It's the beard. It's getting in the way of his internet connection. He's rocking like a beard now.
Oh, nice.
Hefe, we got to trim the beard, I guess. We can't hear you. He's also traveling, right? I assume he's in like somewhere in, I don't know, Appalachian Mountains or something at this
A
point.
tunnel.
Or a tunnel. It sounds like a tunnel. Yeah.
Actually, I think he's home now, so he's just.
Really am. Yeah, I was just gonna say a lot of these projects they're lacking direction, they're lacking a vision. I can speak to Axie Infinity because I was part of their community. I was like really in that game for quite a while. You could feel the founders being like, "We made it, we're good." You could feel the moment where like we're good. Yeah, I bought a nice house. Geo posted his mansion, and after that, it was just like, okay, these guys have made it. They don't really care. But that's just a feeling I had. I think there's still good-hearted people, but what happens when you get like $5-10 billion thrown at you over a summer? I think it changes people.
I mean, yeah, that could totally be. I mean, their scale of their meteoric rise was just. I mean, it's unmatched so far for Web3 gaming. So, but I think it's going to be exceeded by many companies and many communities many times over. So we're still early. One other news piece this last week, here in Singapore, we had a blockchain gaming kind of summit, kind of a little bit more than a meetup. And I retweeted on Twitter. You can check it out. There's some pictures and stuff. But was invited, represent Aavegotchi and stuff, and they did a panel. And yeah, it was interesting. Like, I feel like, first of all, we got shout outs 4 or 5 times. People on the panel mentioning Aavegotchi, and that was cool because they were recognizing, we were in the room. They all were OGs that knew me, and they gave that respect. But also on the other side, there's just this assumption that the big like AAA games are going to come in, the game studios, the Segas, the Activisions, companies that have pretty bad reputations actually with like community management. I think Activision's one of the worst, and they're being cited as like they're going to come in on this next wave of Web3 gaming and fix everything and and bring it mainstream. And I'm just like, I had to push back. I was just like, this is not. I'm not buying it. I don't think that's what it's about. And time will tell. But GDC is coming up. Pixelcraft will be at GDC. You guys know Jason if you were at ETH Denver. He's going to be at GDC representing us and Aavegotchi and just heads down working with Polygon, who's a big sponsor this year, and talking about Gotchi Chain and everything that's coming up, and working those angles. So I think, yeah, we'll hear from the big traditional game studios, but I don't think they're gonna come in and teach us, how to do Web3. I'm very
Well, I
suspicious.
mean, imagine sitting down with a board of investors and trying to explain to them that the players of the game own the game and the protocol. Like, they'd be like, no.
Yeah.
I feel like from their perspective, all they're looking for is, I mean, yeah, they're super corporate. They have shareholders. They're just like, it's not that there's anything wrong with that, but they're going to be looking for how is Web3 going to profit our company more than the current model. And if it's not more than the current model, then all it is like a PMO project, man. They're just like, it's part of their experimental budget, like research and development. And so I don't know. Maybe they'll strike gold. Maybe they'll be able to throw more resources at it than some of us. But not holding my breath. That's my personal.
I
would
mean,
hope-
user generated content is always going to be the crux of all this. Like, especially with like your Roblox and your Minecraft type things. And I've mentioned this before, but having a blockchain company make a video game is better than having a video game company trying to do blockchain. It's not, doesn't work.
Totally. I fully agree on that.
That's a
Yeah,
good
look
way
at
to-
Meta though. Like it's a good example. Like they had all the money in the world. They literally were the top signal for the last bull market, and they've already given up and walked away with their tail between their legs. It's these companies, if they're not here for the right reasons, people are going to see it. They're not going to be able to produce a product that is going to be what we need for mass adoption, and it's going to end up they'll end up being like the pet.coms of the .com bubble burst.
Yeah, no, totally. And just to wrap with how that went, like people that were paying attention or building their own projects, the other builders in the room, like they heard that kind of angle, and then like some of them privately were talking to me and just like what you guys have done and what Aavegotchi's all about. That seems to be much closer to and much more interesting. Anything we're hearing about with like major labels coming in, major companies coming in. We're not seeing like, oh, they're coming in and they're bringing all this amazing new stuff. No, it's like the on-chain P2P marketplaces, the actual use cases for why you'd want to own an NFT in the first place. That's all coming from places like Aavegotchi. So kudos to everybody here and being early. I came away feeling like more bullish on what we are after seeing some of the competition and some of the peers in the space and being really unimpressed. So there were a couple cool projects there, don't get me wrong, but just like on the whole, like this whole pitch about going corporate, basically, I just like I don't see how that's even going to work for them or for us or for anybody else. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, it's like a totally new model. Totally community, the devs and the community. It's a risk. I mean, we don't know if we can pull it off, guys, but I think we can. Obviously, the curve turned off and all that. The DAI coming in will make it a lot easier, I hope. So that's really good news, really bullish for this model. I think the fact that we can prove that this model actually works, and if we can actually like make this into a game that goes a little bit more mainstream, that's going to be huge. People are going to be like looking at Aavegotchi as a new model for game development, because it really is. We don't need VCs.
Yeah, it's a decentralized raise, which we all just completed 2.5 years in the making. We took our time. And then, Dan, you and I have talked about this. I think you've talked about it on these calls before, but when you say that, what you're referring to mostly, could you, expand on that a bit? You're talking about the quick turnaround times, the building in public, the transparency with the shipping on a weekly basis and putting it in front of the community, as opposed to like Yuga, which to me just looks like the archaic, usual game building model where they're like, hey, we're going to announce a game, we're going to put a marketing budget on it for the next 2 years, and you'll eventually get to play it, 2 years from now, and hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I mean both, really. I mean, the way that we've done the fundraising, and unlike a lot of the other guys in this space, like they did their initial community fundraising, and they raised a lot of money from like selling NFTs, and then they went on to raise even more money from angels or VCs. And like my view, I don't hate VCs. I think they play an important role in startups for sure. There was a great tweet I saw. It was like someone saying this was a VC saying VCs aren't evil, they're just predatory. This is like a VC saying that, and that's where I tend to agree. Like their whole model is basically finding startups and then investing into them, investing into a lot of them, and then basically just like they expect all of them to die except for one, and if that one does really well, they make a bunch of money. So it's a very different model from what we're trying to do. Is we want to succeed. We don't feel like there's like if this model doesn't succeed, it's not like we're just going to say, oh well, it didn't work, let me go and close down the company and let's try the next thing and we'll get some more VC money for that. That's the model that you see in the startup world. And we have a strong IP that we love, and we actually do want it to like be successful. We don't want it to like run out of money and then be like, well, go to the next thing. That's not what we're trying to do. But the VCs look at it in that way most of the time. So having them having them part of the fundraising on an equity basis just opens us up to that risk of having that kind of mentality and having people in our team closest to us, advisors, giving us advice that aligns with their interests and might align with our interests, but doesn't necessarily align with the community's interests. So that's why I do feel like if you can have this two-way relationship between just the community and the devs, and the communities has kind of funded the developers and funded this game, that's the ideal relationship. But there's really not that many examples of that in the world, in history.
No, and I'm so disappointed that there's not more. You'd think it'd be the default for all this crypto or Web3, maybe Web3 is a VC term, but you would think like the technology would inform the way you do the business. And so it's like we're building crypto products which are open source, which are on chain, which are transparent. So you think the business would just, replicate that or mirror that, or at least echo it to some degree. And some of them do. Like I say, like actually, I think they try. Maybe I'm not like spending much time there. I have no idea, but get the impression when I have checked in with them, and but it's a pretty short list. It's a pretty short list.
There's a couple startups out there that I do know. Trying to think of the name. I think it's called Basecamp. Was one model that comes to mind. That was one. They never had like VC money, and then Valve, I believe, as far as I've heard, they've also never accepted VC for their game, for their studio. So I think Valve is probably a model.
Valve has
might need to get
really interesting model for how they actually work too, right? Weren't we talking about that just a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Valve is like, if you guys have if you're interested in management, like company management, Valve has like this cool handbook. I read it like 12 years ago, I think, when they first published it. It's like they're a totally flat organization, and you can literally, if you want to work on something, you literally just move your chair in their office over to a project that you want to work on, and all the games that they build are created in that way. It's like the Valve like management handbook or something. It's really, really fascinating stuff. As a fully remote company, it's kind of hard for us to do that because we don't have physical chairs, and I feel like it'd be a little bit harder to do that. So we're a little bit more we have a little bit more hierarchy, but we're generally still a very flat organization here at Pixelcraft. But I would love to be even more, like even flatter, where we would have like internal teams like they have at Valve, that people just have awesome ideas and they congregate around them and they build them and they ship them.
I feel like that's where the DAO comes in. I mean, it would probably be good reading material for anybody involved in DAOs, because a lot of people by default assume DAOs need to be super flat. There's no hierarchy. There's no reputation system. It's just like there's just everybody's equal, and it's just your pay to play. It's just your voting power, and there's nothing else. Which is so yeah. I think that sounds like one for the book club right there. Read about the Valve model.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to find it here. The handbook. I think this might be it.
You could probably it could inform maybe some of the things we're looking at with the DAO as we knock on Metamorphos's door. There's one thing I think, just looking ahead a little bit, is second half of the year, there's a whole blockchain dedicated to Aavegotchi. And I feel like that opens things up for the DAO in a couple of ways. One, they might be securing the network, or it's a permissioned blockchain, right? So there's an opportunity here where the apps that make it into the chain and can deploy could, I think, ideally go through the DAO. That would be really nice. We can have more conversation about that. And then second, just like there's room for content. Like we used to talk about Aavegotchi Arcade. There could still be that, but the whole chain is an arcade now. Like deciding what can make it in and is audited and potential to go there. There's a ton of potential there for the DAO to have input. So pretty bullish on the second half of the year with the DAO, and I just hope the infra's there, and I know the talent's there. I just got to get the rules and the workflow set up. And it could be really, really powerful. Outreach to other game studios, outreach to talent, all that good stuff. So hope you guys are thinking along those lines. It's really big picture. There is a chain, which I think of as like a new PlayStation or a new Nintendo or Xbox that's about to launch. We're going to need to find the talent to build those experiences. So Gotchi miners, has anybody reached out and talked to them about, are they thinking about Gotchi chain and what maybe a Gotchi miners 2.0 or something that's going to launch as a launch title on Gotchi chain? Those kind of things. That's all like up for grabs. I'm very excited to see what happens there.
Yeah, and a little bit of alpha on the Gotchi chain, friends. We had a great call with the SuperNet lead over at Polygon the other day. We are technically under NDA on something, so we can't say too much. But I think at this point, a lot of it is getting out there. So they are currently finishing up their second round of audit, and they're pretty confident that there's not going to be any major. There weren't any major like vulnerabilities found in the audit, I think. So they are planning to put out. They're gonna be giving us access to a sandbox very soon. So once we have access to that, then we can really start putting together the various like migrations and front ends and things that we're going to need for the Gotchi chain. So it's definitely it's happening. And Gotchi chain is going to be the central focus of our whole year this year. So a big part of the roadmap for sure. And I don't see why there's any reason that we couldn't have Gotchi chain like going live this year for sure. But I mean, it's mainly up to Polygon at this point. But it seems like everything is going very well on their side. And once we have access to it, we're ready to start playing with it.
Yeah, totally. And from a development point of view, or from the DAO's point of view, those are conversations that we can start having now. Like, what do we want to fund? What do we want to build? Who do we want to do outreach to? From Pixelcraft's point of view, we're ready to. This is going to be one of the things Jason and our teammates, anybody attending GDC is like, we're setting up meetings with other game studios, right? Other game development companies that could potentially be open to working with Gotchi IP and developing games and experiences and dApps that could get deployed eventually on Gotchi chain. So that's what we're doing. And with what do you think with Aavegotchi DAO? I mean, it's ultimately up to you guys what you want to prioritize, but that could certainly be something you guys also work on, or it could be more in-house. And like, if there's the talent and the will internally to lead projects like that, you guys could start funding and developing those things internally too. But I think it's not a like mutually exclusive thing. Like, but definitely start thinking big picture. Start thinking Gotchi chain and like in terms of what do we want Aavegotchi DAO to be doing with Gotchi chain. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the big treasury, the massive treasury that the DAO now has.
Yeah, if you need to hire a game studio and give them a prompt, that's not out of reach. You guys can do that. So
As you said that, I was just thinking what Hefe just said. Use GPT-4. Yeah, I just posted this video in our team chat. I'm gonna drop this here. This is nuts. It's getting to that point where literally ChatGPT-4 can actually make games. I was just watching this video earlier. It's nuts. Like I'm legit like I don't know if anyone's coined this term. I'm sure they have, but AI anxiety is honestly it's going to be like a big problem in the 2020s of the rest of the 7 years of this decade. AI anxiety I feel like is going to be a huge problem in society because it's just like it's too powerful. But yeah, we should like you literally don't need to be able to code to make a game now. I don't know how good the game is, but you actually, I mean, you can do so much with it. So we're going to be encouraging everyone on the Pixelcraft team to start using, like, really incorporating GPT-4 and whatever comes after it, Midjourney, into their workflows more.
we just got the corporate account for OpenAI, so we're going to be using that to make sure we're not falling behind in studio and applying it where it makes sense. So it's going to be a team-wide effort. And that's going to be standard, right, Dan? Like across every industry and every company, but we're moving, I think.
Yeah. And yeah, I think it's crazy like how many people are not accessing this information right now. Just the fact that we're just sitting here on like in Discord chatting about this in a metaverse shows that like anyone here, you're if you're aware of all the changes that are happening now, like at least you have the opportunity to take action. There's so many people out there that don't have that opportunity. They don't even know what Chat GPT is, and they barely know what AI is. Like, how can you even compete if you don't even know what you're up against?
Yeah, we'll probably look back a couple of years from now and be like, what's deployed on Gotchi chain? About 50-60% of it was written by AI.
Yeah, seriously.
Not out of the realm of possibility. Schnitzel Death goes to a lot of parties. That's what I just learned. He brings ChatGPT up. There's people.
Yeah, it's like this week, especially last week, was just it was like an entire sea change in everything. I don't think it can be like understated how insane last week was for us, for the curve and stuff, but also just for AI with Midjourney V5 and the photo realism of the images that it's generating, plus GPT-4 and just like the level of knowledge that it's and the capabilities that it has now. I mean, I'm really interested in the potential of taking GPT-4 and then having it generate like you can with Midjourney we can use an image from the internet and you can tell it to like remix that image, and then you can get GPT-4 to write prompts to do stuff that you want to do with that image, so the AI can literally write the prompts for you. It's moving way too fast. It's insane. So yeah, AI anxiety. Everyone, if you're not feeling it, you're I don't know, probably gonna be
Called the denial phase. That's where I'm at.
yeah.
Like, give me 6 more months of normal life, and then we'll see where it's at.
Who's that? Can you drop that tweet? All right. Yeah. I saw Microsoft. I saw a tweet about them like firing their AI security team or something.
It's concerning. I mean, we look around in crypto and we're like, oh man, they just did $100 million, DeFi hack or whatever. Some human was able to get in there and hack it. What happens when like one of these AIs breaks free, like actually gets, it's just a matter of time where it's like, oh, the security protocols, the security team didn't catch that. The equivalent of what happens in crypto, but I don't even know. I guess it can just do whatever it wants. So hopefully it doesn't come to that, guys. In the meantime, we just do what we can. But yeah, it sounds like you're reading into this stuff, right, Zombie, and keeping up on it. It's a little bit concerning. Yeah, I'm at the tools level. I'm like, okay, we can use this to do a lot of stuff a lot faster. It could be an age of abundance, like all positive.
They're not gonna kill us, but we'll just be chimps. Like we're gonna be what we think of as like apes right now.
I don't think that's good. Like my girlfriend has a house cat. That thing is always trying to escape. I mean, it has a cushy life. It knows that it's going to be fed and cared for and loved. But there's just that the secret sauce of the unknown outside. So, I mean, I already feel like a chimp, so I guess I'm fine with it. But like, I don't know. I don't think AI is going to be able to replicate charisma, which is that's a skill set that I don't think a computer can learn. But who knows, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's that hard for it to learn, honestly. And it'll be better at charisma than 99.9% of humans out there. Like literally the only people that'll be better will be like outliers.
I'm gonna say I know a lot of people with pretty poor charisma, including myself. Yeah. It's like pretty par.
It doesn't have to be that good. You're either you'll be like totally like zero charisma, you'll be an outlier, and the AI like won't be able to do that maybe, and then you'll be like the most charismatic person on the planet. It'll be tough to compete with that, but between those two extremes, like it'll probably be able to do all that pretty easily. It's already like doing that.
Did you guys see this tweet today? I mean, they're a dime a dozen, but somebody was interacting and was like, "Man, this is the end. They got us." And he did the classic, "Do you know D's?" joke to ChatGPT. You guys know this? You know D's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're referring to. Could you please provide more context? Of course, he answered, "What, guys? Somebody tell me." D's. D's nut. And ChatGPT was like, "Good one. But do you like Wendy's?" He's like, "Yeah, what?" Because you're going to love when D's nuts hit you in the face.
What?
I don't know if it's real. I'm like, if that's really ChatGPT, it's game over. There's a charisma.
I saw someone using prompts for like dating apps, like sending that first message on like Tinder. Someone was apparently ChatGPT 3 was it wasn't very charismatic. Like the messages kind of sucked, but the version 4 was actually pretty good. Like it was the hit rate was pretty high on it. So I mean, that's like a kind of a form of charisma, right? Being able to like slide into someone's DM. Wasn't me. Yeah, bots are gonna be like dating each other on Tinder.
I think Brave New World. That's where we're heading, guys. New era.
Yes.
The treats well. Just leave us our gotchis. Just let us pet our gotchis.
Let us fight in the arena. Give us an arena to fight in, please.
Hey, yeah, I see Soju talking about Lord Trivia. If you guys are following Freckle, shout out Soju. Through fake gotchis and maybe through your own means, full credit. Like your work, just getting a lot of eyeballs, getting a lot of attention, and if we are over at Magic Eden, you'll notice there's the other competition with like a dozen upcoming or new NFT projects, and our friends at Freckle are one of them. And Soju, is it okay for me to say I think it's all public, right? This is all announced. I think I saw you on Twitter talking about it. Soju is on the come up, yeah, for sure. And creating some of the original artworks. They're going to be minted for the Freckle release on Magic Eden. So super excited to see that, and just another indicator of your talent and where things are going. So shout out to Soju and Freckle and Ian and all the hard work that's happening over there. Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Says best thing he's made in months. He's
Nice.
heads down. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what that is, and just so much going on, actually. When's the reveal, Soju? Give us the alpha. When will we see what's potentially able to be won through Magic Eden or minted, I should say? Oh, I think we're coaxing the alpha out of Soju. He's in the comments. He's going to drop something. Yeah, we want to. What do we got? Cough it up. Nice. I was going to give it just a peek, just a small corner.
Oh man, that's nuts. Nice.
Got the Gotchi cameo. Love that arcade machine.
Golden Cross, speaking of the arcade, are we able to drop any alpha on our GDC presence?
Well, beyond just mentioning that we're I think it's the first time we've talked about we're going to be there, and we're going to be there in a big way. But I think I know what you're talking about. Like some of the ways we're going to be there. Yeah, this is so fun. If you guys promise not to put on Twitter and stuff, I think our friends at Polygon might be annoyed with us. Let me go fetch it.
Drop a corner or something.
I'm also streaming, so just keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah, I think stream's okay. Just it's fine. Just this is made special order for Polygon. They're diamond sponsors at GDC this year, so it's one of the biggest booths at the whole convention. And the theme they're going with is like retro gaming, because that's kind of where we are with Web3 gaming, right? We're like in the early days, so I get the whole theme, and they want Aavegotchi to be a part of that. So they asked us to put together some cool retro stuff, and just give me a second here to find some of the stuff we're going to have. They're going to have posters. They're going to have all this tangible, physical stuff, and here I'll drop a hint at like how hardcore they're going with this. Like, how many of you guys had not DVDs but actually VHSs, right? You guys,
Yeah.
they're gonna have VHS tapes, like I don't know, on shelves and all around the booth, and they're gonna be like the idea is it's Web3 IP, it's Web3 experiences, but they're throwbacks. It's like as if Aavegotchis have existed since the mid 1970s. Like imagine that, or 1980s. I think it's a pretty cool concept, pretty fun, and these are actually going to be physically present. Is what we're expecting. So take a look at this. I think it turned out very, very nice. I really want to watch this cartoon.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so excited for this.
The Aavegotchi Super Show.
Yep. Making mythical Raffle smile. And if you guys had your Saturday morning cartoons, this is basically the collection tape. I think it's got 4 more episodes in there. It's just dipped in nostalgia. That's the point. Nostalgia that actually never existed. So
This is the best kind. Yeah.
Yeah, imaginary nostalgia. So if you zoom in, take a look, you'll see there's the bonus cartoons. You got Polly's Purple Wave, Rarity Farming on the Chain, and FOMO in the Bazaar.
So good.
I know, Hefe. He says win physical. The physical's gonna be at GDC. That's the idea. They're actually making these up, and so we just provided the raw material. And yeah, I hope we can. Yeah, it's like Mandela effect. Maybe we can actually like summon these into becoming actual cartoons. Isn't it nice? I don't care what AI does. Just give me my Aavegotchi Saturday morning cartoons. I'm good to go.
Seriously, yeah. We just need to feed it all the lore and then be like, make a cartoon out of it. It'll probably put out a banger.
Yeah. Yeah. That's where it's at.
Even looks used. Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna hold back on the next alpha. Come back next week. I'll show you what the back side of the VHS is. So it's full. It's like because it's gonna be the whole thing. So we had to design the front, sides, back. So the whole thing's there. This is just a mock-up of the final product. But it's gonna be physical. That stuff's fun. I love that stuff. Because Raffles never smile, right? That was the idea with that one. I was like, man, these freaking Raffles. So
That's
stubborn. All right, guys, I gotta hop off. It's bedtime here. It's been a really fun conversation. Lots of good stuff on all fronts. And so this arena is going to stay open for days. There's no set in time. As long as we're getting data from it and learning from it, we'll keep it open.
Yep. Yeah, we'll keep this one open for a while. We got the potions. We got I think the hardcore mentioned the movement speed was not on. I think it's definitely supposed to be, but I think there was some issues with there were like a couple bugs that they were working out, so they disabled it for now. But that will be on eventually as well. That's going to be interesting to see because like if you go hardcore on your movement, you actually you're weaker and everything else, but you're really fast. So it's going to be cool to see how that balances out. Hardcore saying, please reset the leaderboard. Yeah, probably we could do that. Cool, friends. Yeah, I'm gonna jet out here as well. I'm looking forward to another big week next week. We're gonna just an update, I think, from the directors chat. I'm jumping in there. I know they are signing the transactions. Things are moving. Kudos to them. I said that in my message today. I just think they're doing a great job, and what you want with the directors is lots of due diligence on every transaction. You want, especially when you got 7.5 million DAI worth of funds involved. Like they could have prepared a little bit more ahead of time, but things are moving quite quickly. So, and they're not full time. I think people need to understand that they are compensated, but it's not anywhere near like a full time compensation. So they're not like on call all the time. And that's fine. There's no need to be. So they're moving through the transactions now after doing the due diligence, and it looks like things are going pretty well. So I can't speak to the purchases when those are going to begin, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty soon. Maybe No Future has any, or anyone else has any more insights on that.
I believe we just executed the rewards. I think it was the swap from DAI to USDC. Just want to swap DAI to USDC. Yeah, we just finished signing off on that. And if I don't do this full time, but I'm pretty much full time Web3. So if you guys have questions, I can always answer. I'm just not the biggest brain member of our group, so I'll try my best just to keep things transparent. So always I'm always open. Just tag me in the chat. Also, don't call my house, please. Somebody was asking for the director's numbers so that they can pressure us into voting faster.
He got a warning. I was like, it's not cool, dude. Not cool at all. No one's gonna get doxxed for doing that kind of stuff. Cool, friends. Thanks so much. Enjoy the arena. Enjoy the Citadel and the items. And we'll see you guys next week. We got. Do we have any big things planned? I think the rarity farming next. That's going to be the week after, I believe, right? For the next snapshot. I don't think it's this Tuesday. It's next Tuesday. So we'll get lots of XP out next week, and should be a nice week. Lots of good stuff in the works. Yeah, certainly. Yes, that was pretty funny. Gave me a chuckle. See you, friends.
Cool.
And I'll see you at the DAO call tomorrow as well. I'm sure we got lots of things to go over.
Yep. See you at the DAO call. Have a good weekend,
Peace.
everybody.
Remember to vote for the revision budget.